Here is Nick Saban through Alabama Media Relations and, of course, the athletic department. And this is through Trey's tweet.
This week went into the decision to play Burton.
Look, I don't know how many of you have ever been in a situation like that, but I talked to him. He was scared. I was scared. Some of our other players were scared. I think you learn to respect other people because we have a responsibility to do that regardless of the circumstance that we're in. And, I talked to the guy. We have him in a counseling program. It's not an anger management program, as people announced today. Nobody ever said that. That's not the problem. That's not the issue. But it's about having the proper respect for other people. And, I didn't think it was necessary to suspend the guy. So if you knew the whole story, maybe you wouldn't either. But I'm not going to divulge that.
There's Nick Saban postgame. I don't know what whole story we need to see based on the video we witnessed.
Divulge the whole story if there's a bigger story to that, because here's the reality of this. There is no bigger story. Every single Alabama player, support staff, coach got off that field, got to the locker room with zero major incidents except for one guy, Jermaine Burton, who knocked the phone and shoved someone, a male Tennessee fan, on his way out. Whatever. Not that big of a deal. I would definitely have a conversation with my players saying, let's avoid that. But then he just sideswipes the head of a young woman who is minding her own business. If you've not seen the video, it's up at Outkick.com. I am tired of responding to people who are responding to the wrong video or the wrong photo. The video and photos of him hitting a woman in the head are at Outkick.com. Go watch it before you have any opinion on this, because she was not in his face. She was not provoking anyone. She did not even see him. There's a good 3 to 5 feet between Jermaine Burton and everyone else as he walks off that field, and he decides to hit the side of this woman's head. I lost a lot of respect for Nick Saban, a guy that I've grown to admire and respect over the years after starting out hating him for a while with that comment. And I lost a lot of respect for Chris Fowler and ESPN also, because if ESPN is going to stand up and carry the banner for all things female and empowerment and women's sports and women in all ways, you cannot have one of your lead broadcasters regurgitate that BS from Nick Saban during a game. Cannot happen. Chris Fowler parroting exactly what Saban told them in the Friday meeting is ridiculous. I understand if you're Fowler and Herbstreit, you can't take a torch to Bama in the SEC because ESPN, they're in bed with the SEC big time, and even more moving forward. I get that. Here's how you handle that, though. If you're in a meeting and you saw that video and you hear something so stupid as that was that we just heard from Nick Saban, that he told them, you look at your broadcast partner afterward and you say, okay, so we're not going to talk about it at all. We're just going to act like it didn't happen, and we're going to call the game straight up, and we're not going to repeat what he just said because that makes no sense. Because he did not hit anyone because he was afraid in the moment. There was no one provoking him at that time. Certainly not the woman he hit. I lost a lot of respect for a number of people over the weekend with this.
This is where the absolute power of Nick Saban becomes a danger, like a real danger, because his making it like there's some big background story. He believes that there's some story here that's untold, and now he's making this kid into a victim when the kid actually did something that created a victim.